unplayable. It's so unfun. But JDG, I expect Aphelios to come in for them because that is what we originally saw into the Callisters, like Aphelios, Renata, really strong duo. You deny the Renata from the Callister, and she struggles to get up close during the late stage of the game. And now, this is the interesting one, this third pick. What do you opt to go for here? You could prioritize a mid, something like that Silas. You could just match the jungle if you want to take Trundle or Poppy, something like a Skarner earlier from Tarzan, something you picked out as a counter. It kind of has to be now, but they end up going for the mid lane, going for that Ahri. And now V5 are under a bit of pressure because, you know, you can counter. Outside of that, you're just moving down in terms of the tier list. Kanavi's a player who can bring out a ton of fringe picks, so not really sure what he'd necessarily want to offer there. We do get the Silas ban. I could fully expect a Lissandra ban coming through as well here from JDG, but they may throw something towards the top lane if they're concerned about, you know, Rich potentially using that counter pick. We have to see. And V5 end up going for the Xin Zhao, so it does have a dash, obviously, but once you're on top of the Poppy, very easily you can just sort of out-duel her with your 3-talon strike and such.
So not much left available here for Kanavi. I mean, the fact that the Belveth also demanded a ban is kind of funny. 4 against Kanavi, by the way, Orcs. That is a quadruple jungle ban. As for JDG, solo lanes are still targeted here. Rich's Gragas getting knocked out of the way alongside this Amumu. Now we have to see what the priority is. Do you counter pick top? Do you counter pick mid?
Yeah, well, you've already seen mid, so you can get both in this situation. Swain is something you could bring out here, right? You have lockdown with your Mumu, good into what JDG has, but they actually, instead of going for the counter pick, you know, they end up going, no, we want this top laner now, and go for the gangplank. So 369 is going to be able to counter this, but the expectation for V5 is they kind of think, okay, we don't have anything you can bring out that is good enough into the GP. We think JDG is put an idea off this Sejuani.
But it's 369. So that is a very big ask.
A
lot of trust. And yeah, Gwen, welcome back. Orcs, we just experienced a game of a GP not being able to do anything in the top side. And Flandre just pressed the R button and astounded us all. So we're getting a lot of similarities here. As JDG get their top side Orcs, we now need a jungler for Kanavi, and he's got limited options.
Yeah, it's definitely been thin out, but I feel like Kanavi is
baik ka
jungler.
yappari.
I feel like I'm
Baik da
concerned
na.
about his pool being pinched a bit. It is definitely him. I feel like, and he's actually going to go for the Vi. So individually in the early matchup, this is a little bit painful for Vi because obviously your Q could be stopped by the Poppy, but you're not picking the Vi.
CC がもういらん。ダメージが欲しいから。
Remember that they've both got so much experience and history in League of Legends represent G-Series. We hope it's going to be an absolute bratwurst to take you through our final game of the night. Orcs, you were saying before, lane power for V5. I feel like this is a perfect time to talk about it as V5 look for an invade to get themselves a bit of momentum on that bot side.
Yeah, Amumu, one of the best level 1 champions in the game. The fact you get 2 charges of the bandage toss with Glacial Augment, it's like you Q, if they flash, you Q again. If they don't flash, well, they're dead. And, you know, it's so hard to avoid once that stun's connected. They go for the bot side invade, don't find it. They're going to try and find this top lane.
縦割りだ。オラクルレンズ2枚使って入っていくぞ。
If it's a late invade, they don't care if they're spotted. They know they win, so they'll be confident to go in. But we'll see if Yagao does just walk back towards mid. I think they'll still get spotted out in this ward, though. Yep, all get seen.
But so, as you said, still committing.
Yeah, JDG have information, but V5 are going in here because they feel strong enough to do this, irrespective of whether or not the information's there.
Aphelios level 1, we know. Handshake misses as well. Okay, there's the bottom lane tools down as Kanavi now moves up to the buff. V5 are hovering around. Rookies coming back in as well. Yagao shortly behind as Photic's going to be the one to watch as bandage toss number 1. Onda missing. We expected early blood. We're getting it. Double bandage toss as Handshake's a 3-man stun, but JDG have taken from Rookie. Onda Hope. The ignite down. Get on ready. Hope's dead. First blood. And blood is the name of this series, of course, as bandage toss is back up again.
レベル1アムムは最強なり。レベル1アムムは最強なり。
And they don't respect the power of the level 1. This is what I mean. V5 don't care if you know. They go for the play because they are so confident that they can execute. And JDG just get caught with their pants around their ankles, get taken down. And now Karsa, he might look for Yugao here, but Yugao should just be able to walk this off. But regardless, Raptor stolen away. 2 kills in the early game as well for V5. Such a good start.
And mid lane are going down as well, right? You know, Yugao is someone we talked about being crucial in this game. As we look at the replay, Orcs, you said something about respect.
Yep, and this was not respectful. This point, like, they could have just backed away, but they kept staying. Hope walks back up. Look at this. He's going back in. They don't expect the never move from Rookie. Pulls them back in, and then Hope even cleanses the Ignite at the end. The buckler from Karsa takes him out, and then Yugao, once more, lack of respect. He could have just stayed mid at this point. Like, they should have just said, look, guys, I'm going to lose my red. It's fine. Oh, and now we're seeing more action ball.
Meanwhile, yeah, oh, good dodge though. Photic with the kite back. Is he going to live though? The range enough from Hope. The answer no as PP God flashes away. Karsa's here to stop the play from going any further forward, but
そうね。
expected blood in this series. Orcs, we turn our
ポ
heads
ッ
for
ピ
a
ーミッ
second.
ドに見えたからね。ボットガンクだわな。
Yep, we really did not get much time to hesitate on this one. And we see just a play coming in here from Kanavi. And this is expectation. There's a Mumu and this Callisto want to play aggro, especially when they already have a lead. They end up overstepping. Summoners have been burnt level 1, and it ends up being costly.
Here we go.
Kanavi, though, being threatened here by Cost. They're both still level 2, and they're fighting over this red buff.
I mean, it's 11 versus 4 CS. Kanavi just wants to get the smite down, but Karsa has his to contest. Vault Breaker. Karsa gets it. Now he has red buff. Handshake saves the jungler's life, though. Missing so far has probably been the best member as Karsa throws up the emote, but 4 CS on Kanavi Orcs.
Yeah.
バイオようやくボットから追い出しました。
How important Kanavi is for JDG's early game. The plan from the level 1 is set him behind. Make Kanavi unable to play the game. Because I fear for JDG, if Kanavi can't play the game, their early game kind of goes out the window. And we already said V5, you know, they're going to have that early momentum. If they keep it going, they are such a good team when they're ahead. One of the best teams in the world when they have that lead at 15.
ボットリコールしないとだいぶされちゃう可能性もあるんだけど。ポッピーが自陣のジャングル全く回れてないから、全部ジャングルモンスターがレベル1なんですよ。
They should be able to punch him out. Rich has the flash, but as going immune for the time being, Rich is going to set the barrel chain up to connect. It doesn't though as Kanavi's caught out. V5's counter punch is better again. As the buckler thrown out, the Iron Ambassador left behind because Karsa wants to hammer shot Kanavi, who tries the Vault Breaker, but Vision of Empire dodged away. Karsa's still on the chase. This Poppy's so annoying. Kanavi's sick of him already. Iron Ambassador, hammer shock. Auto attack smite.
おー、スマイトで回復した。
やらー。
あ、スマイトで回復した。ジャングルモンスターは回復するためにいるんじゃないのに。一緒ありがとう。マジでポッピー、自信のジャングルワンクリップも勝ってないから。ラプターだけかなかったの。全部レベル1。倍の方がこれからレベル上がってくるの早い。ラプターとクルーグがレベルが上がってるんで。一人で自陣のジャングル狩らないと。
What's going to happen now? I mean, Yagal's been suffering for it, even suffered for the early play. And as well, we didn't get to talk about it, but Rookie having that semi-global Orcs is making it an extra pain in the side.
これ、マジで、レーナーが手伝って、ジャングルモンスター狩らないとやばいっすけど。レッドブランブルバック、これ、未だにレベル1ですよ。
It's actually kind of funny if you slam someone in the wall as Poppy. It's a 1.6 second stun. And can you imagine you get hit in the wall, you're like, oh, it's just a Poppy, it's not that much damage. And then like Cannon Barrage and the W from the Swain come down. Oh, they found you, Gal.
おー、すげえ。ブラインドがルーキー、それは。コントロールワード壊した後のブラインド。ほんと主導権取った。
Yeah, a little bit ambitious. I think Rookie's game plan was to try and burn the Ahri ultimate, but Yagao holds it.
スインのアルティメットないからもう速攻でカバーしないと条件取られちゃう。ヘラルド準備。いや、スカトルが倍に入っちゃったのはよろしくないね。V5 は今の状況で。ちゃんとミッドカバー入ったから、ハニーフルーツ取れて、アーリがレーン有利になった。
Junglers aren't going that side of the map. It seems to be a dragon push for now, but I kind of wanted to get your take as what's next, considering this game has just been so chaotic from the start.
Yeah, I think V5 can just start to lean on playing for neutrals, keep Gangplank on the opposite side of the map, so you have the cannon barrage as well.
Yeah.
Don't even have TP at this point. And lean on the Calista, right? Calista so strong at securing neutrals. Once she has her ult and a Mumu does as well, it's so hard to contest, right? A Mumu can go in with no regard for his own life, land the ultimate, and then have the.
でもスインのアルティメット上がりそうだな。変えるな、全然。とりあえずボットダイブめっちゃ見てますね。ヘラルド駆け引きしながら、相手が変な寄り方したらボットダイブ見て。で、JDG はリフトヘラルドやるかどうかがスカトルで見えてるんで、準備をまだしなくてもいい段階で、JDG はこれからヘラルド準備。ありがボットだいぶコントロールワード消して。アフェリオスなんでね、行かなくてもいいっていうのがあるから。あのコントロールワードにポッピーが移るまで、場合は一生ファームしてたい。で、V5 は今、ボットレーンがスーって下がったのが、リフトヘラルドの視界を取れてないので、ヘラルドをやってないイコールボットダイブなんじゃないかっつって今下がったんですけど、ポッピーがようやく移りましたね。ドラゴンコールがあったんで、なおさらボットダイブ、B サイドが触るんだね。逆なんだけどな、普通。カリスターブも生かして。P 側はどっちかっていうとボットヘビーに行きたいんだけど。
They really want to be able to snowball this further.
Walk me through where you drop it because there's a lot of lanes right now even. Rich and 369 have been battling it out with small burst trades. Photic and PP God, is that just kind of your desire right now as V5 to explore bot side?
グエンが 12.13 の調整でめちゃくちゃ出てくるようになりました。
But I want a bot, right? You have the ult set up from V5's bot lane. Get the kills, and once you've killed them, it means JDG can't really defend, and then you can look for the whole tower. That's the game plan. Basically, if JDG get caught and all in, someone dies, or if V5 get an advantage, that is where you can get like a full tower off the back of the Herald. If that doesn't happen in the next 4 minutes, we'll probably see Carter just slam it down mid, and you'll just get a couple of plates. So it's about finding those windows and trying to set them up. And it's also about Kanavi, what he does. If Kanavi goes super aggressive top lane, for example, that means V5 can potentially Herald bot. If Kanavi gets counter-ganked and dies, then for sure you know V5 will instantly slam the Herald after.
But I will say for now, I mean, JDG
力があるから、なんかグエンがめっちゃ疲れるよね。
Movements start happening from JDG. Cars had to back off. Now heading towards the top side, the same can be said. Yagao sees him because of that control orders. Casa went to the extent of vision. And as he walks up towards his top lane, once again, JDG have his number. And V5 being stymied a little bit after.
Yeah, and bot lane has been a bit of a pain point. This is how it goes with this Calista Mumu. If you're not engaging, you're just going to get out-traded by the Renata and the Aphelios. And, you know, we haven't seen, after the initial good start from Casa, the early pressure in the jungle, too much action, and this does favor the game. See Rookie going to try and steal a little chicken, but now this is the bot side lean we could potentially look for. But they still feel hesitant. It still feels like they're unsure of what they want to do. And Carster's just kind of chilling.
Yagao is not getting caught by these never moves, and Rookie pushes the wave, waits it out, as you said.
ボットのカバーに。
For the safer option, but they're still looking for bot. The problem is Kanavi now down here. Wards to
で、
spot
ポッピー
out
それ見て、
cast it back and
ミッド
forth.
に出すか考
All
えて
the
ます。
down your gal, but is it really enough? He's against turret. So V5 from the strength we were talking
バイ
about
が
now.
これでミッドに走んなきゃいけない。
Something I'm used to saying.
でも、ボットプッシュしてアムムが先に寄って、バイのルート見て、ヘラルドアタック。まあ、リフトヘラルドの駆け引きですね。
It's not awful. There's definitely been worse heralds, don't get me wrong. But V5 would have loved to get more out of that one. And now it's 2 minutes till the dragon and teams.
バトルをさすがにルーキーに渡してあげないと。あと、ボットサイドのスカトルは絶対 V5 は欲しいはず。このボットサイドの視界があるかないかめちゃくちゃでかい。バイじゃねえ、ポッピーがボットサイド行きやすいから。ただボットサイドにワード置きまくったんでトップサイドワードネードバレてるからトップサイドにだいぶですねこれ。DP がコントロールワードをディフェンシブに1個置いてないのが悪い。まあでもトップサイドのディープに置いてんだよな。
Looks like Rookie's trying to find him, but he should just be able to get there. And that's kind of, you know, Rookie's able to pick the wave, but PP God makes his way all the way up there.
これですね。ブルーサイドの上。これが多分 GP のコントロールワードだから。
No flashes had to be invested. Rich obviously saves his. He knew that, you know, if he flashes as a buy, he's going to get followed.
でもあんだけボットサイドにゲーム動かそうとしてんだったらね、ディフェンシブに置かなきゃいけないよね。絶対決まっちゃうよ、トップ。
So JDG get away with a quick kill topside. The gold is now even, and B5's early game is not what we'd expect off of that, you know, 3 kill at 3.
V5 でもこれあんま流れ良くないけどね。
Bounty on Casa. However, you were setting us up for Dragon, and I'm more concerned about these damage members that now have mythic versus Rich and Photic not having.
せめて次のドラゴンは取んなきゃいけないと思うけど。
Yeah, still some work to be done. And this bot lane, bear in mind, V5 were in a position where they could have taken the Aphelios, and they opted into the Callista. They wanted the aggression, and it hasn't paid off yet. You know, they've kind of just farmed it up. They're in a deficit, though. And V5 going to start up this dragon, should be able to just secure the second one.
でもアフェリオス・レナータってめちゃくちゃ強いから、まあそうだね。このドラゴンはもう、正直1個目取れた段階で JDG はよしよしだからな。
Pretty minor. I feel like JDG are happy. We look towards the second herald, which is in a minute. Ideally, V5 want to get that so they can crack that mid tower, but Yugao, okay, they burn the ultimate. That's actually what they want, right? They burn the ultimate, and that means it's going to be a lot harder for JDG to contest this herald. If V5 get this, they can crack open the mid lane tier 1, and they can start to expand that control on the map, but they need to keep.
リフトヘラルドはね、V5 これ戦いに行くと思う。ディープワードが置けてる、残ってるから、あそこのコントロールワードが。ああ、でも、スカトル取られちゃう。
At the 15-minute mark, they have won their game 100% of the time. So V5 had a gold lead, running at 15 minutes orcs. If only by 200.
トップサイドのプッシュ先にやってほしいんですよ、カナビ的に。リフトヘラルドを取るために。今、369がトップレーンでプッシュコントロール握ってるんで、ここさえ譲んなきゃヘラルドかなり有利なんで。そこを今支援します。ポッピーもそこやられたらリフトヘラルド怖いんで、カバーに入って。さあ、ボットレーンが勝負でしょう。はい、レナータなんですよ。はい。おお、勝ってアムム。
Missing gets it, doesn't take the turret with him, but JDG win out in the bottom side while V5 look for a take in the top, but will not be mistaken. JDG again, it's good news.
で、トップもポッピーとダンクが入って、369がデッドして、カナビがカーバーに入って、パーサデッド。はい、こんにちは。
PP God doesn't manage to land the Callista because of the nice flash from Hope. And as much as they get Hope, they do end up losing 2 in return. missing, actually miscalculated because of the Amumu E, but we do get to see what happened in the top lane before that.
バイオも入ったんか。でも周りの方がよりが早くて、なんとかなった。ミッドの主導権が欲しいな、V5 は。スインじゃさすがにアーリーに対して勝てんわな。まあでもヘラルドだよね。そうだよね。V5 はヘラルドを取るためのトップ介入だから。
Still quite a few tools unavailable. That ult from Divide is coming up, but it looks like JDG won't be contesting.
ボットはもうミリですね。だいぶ。
Yeah, one auto, 369 takes it down. Rookie is only on an Imperial mandate. Not much he can do as he's barely.
ユキさん、これはやらかしですね。ヘラルドに行くと思ったんだろうけど。
Side lane under control. As you said, for JDG, this game pacing out smoothly is always going to be a win.
Yeah, and V5 have the Herald, but realistically, you can crack mid-tier 1 because you're down in gold at this point. You're in a disadvantage. Kanavi is pretty strong at this point. Has picked up a Sunfire, 2 items completed. Gwen level 13. That point.
まあでもリフトヘラルド取れたって考えたらまあワースなの。
It is looking rough for V5 from this position. But they still have a lot of team fighting strength, and it comes down to PP God, comes down to Rookie. If they can find the big ultimates to connect on a multiple members, Here's the Sad Mummy, very powerful. Dragon in a minute 15, I think that's why that might be where we see these tools flexed. 4v5, I think you need to find favor. There's Baron going to be up at the same time. If you can win that Dragon by enough of a margin. Oh no, Rich.
There's not going to be a dragon fight.
Rich goes down.
Can't save the Dane. He might do that. Makes it a 2v1 as Rich goes back in. Carcer, you bloody hero. Hammer Shock set up the barrel chain close, but maybe Yagal's coming in to destroy the veteran. Spirit Rush is available with Flash, but he won't take the edge. Carcer saving the day. Poppy much bigger than she looks.
Honestly, that looked like dream scenario for JDG, but the Poppy ult is so powerful.
Max range, Fotic running in, let's go. Demon Flare at the range, and it does so much damage. Remember, as Hostile Takeover comes through, Fotic can throw in PP God. He goes the other way as Herald goes down TP. Lyric, excuse me, Orcs, it's your birthday.
アルティメットがないから V5 下がるしかないもん。いや、ヤガオの TP よかったっす。ヘラルドが止められなかった。ドラゴンギブ TP がトップ TP。つかアルティメットがなさすぎる V5。ドラゴン取ってかなきゃいけないのにな。
But it's JDG who managed to find favorable and Rich. Oh no.
Here we go again. Needlework hits 3.
いやー、そうなんすよ。グエンはね、勝てるんすよ、GP。後半、何にも勝つし。ダメだ、この GP がダメージを出さなきゃいけないのに。GP がダメージ出さないとダメージが足りない集団戦で。だけどその GP が 1v1 でグエンに負けてるとなるとかなりきつい。
Now Kanavi's going to die to a Rendo, which is great for Fotic, but can they get any more? Rookie with no slow through the vision.
めっちゃうまい JDG。サイド、両サイド押し込んでからのダイブなの。ノーチャンっすね。よう1キル拾ったよ、V5。11トレードでタワー取って、2ウェーブロスト、JDG プラス。サイドのコントロール取りづらいからバロン触るけど GP、TP ないんだよねこれ。お、スインが決まればなんとでもなるわ。アムムか、アムムが遠かったのか。もう一回触りたいけどポッピーの体力なさすぎるぞ。
And now 369, no ultimate. They have to try and contest, but PP God, he's there.
あ、もう決めろ。外したー外したー
PP God moving into position, and once again, the circle comes alive as Photic almost dying, trying to heal
ちょっ
up.
とダメージで死ぬーっつってライフスティール頑張って、おー死ななかった。いやー、レッドバフがそこにあってよかったね、カリスタ。
It's all wondrous plays for Victory 5 again.
So clutch. I honestly thought Photic would go down, but we get a replay. And yeah, just this huge barrel combo.
いやー、ブルートリンケットで警戒してんだけどね、惜しかったね。
And then the thing is as well, because 369 has been his ultimate, he's not as relevant here. But PP God comes in, gets thrown forwards, lands the ultimate onto 3, and there's just nothing they can do from there.
ヘッドスマイトで
So close.
倒れちゃーおーライフスティール
But does manage to survive.
いける
Only just. I mean, V5 are equal in gold now, Auxin. You talked a lot about this JDG comp and how
いや、V5 はめっちゃ苦しいけど、集団戦は一応強いんで、スインがマジでゾニャができれば一応戦いはしますけど、
Keep pushing it forwards, but one big problem is they didn't secure the Baron, and they only have one dragon, so they are a long way away from Soul. But I will say, as much as the Aphelios Renata is scary, as much as the Gwen is scary,
JDG の考え的にだから集団戦やったらもう勝てねえなって踏んだらグエンに 1v1 させますよ。GP 相手に。勝ってくれ。俺たち 5v5 きついからグエン 1v1 勝ってくれ。めっちゃ強気にグエンが今言ってるじゃないですか。もう勝負してくれって多分言われてますね。ここで偉いのが JDG はミニマップ上にメンバーが映んないからあのグエンがベートなのか一人でやってるのかが V5 が今分かってないですね。ポッピーがボットいけるはずなんだけどいかないのはこれ他のメンバーが映ってないですよ。JDG がミニマップ上で。今のトップサイドに動いた動きね。あ、映ってたらもうボットガンクとかいろいろできたんですけど。
The Swain as well, unfortunately, doesn't have stopwatch or Zhonya's, but does have that Rylai's mandate combo that's so potent. And JDG need to respect that. They don't need to fight this dragon. That's something to bear in mind. They don't have vision in the area, and they could just let it go. And it looks like they might be threatening a Baron in return. The DPS here is insane.
JDG が触るんだ。これおもろいね。ドラゴンと同時のアップなんで。イナール使って、アーリがチャーム、ポッピー抑えられなかった。アーリがチャーム外しちゃった。お、でも取った。Onto 369, the bailout. Will it be enough as he snips on him? But V5 are getting blasted because Hope decide to spin. Rich the only one alive, and it might be an attempt at Baron still. But JDG are about to get everything.
They get it all. They'll be able to secure the dragon off the back of this as well. Gotta respect Rich a little bit here. Do not respect those barrels is all I would advise.
GP が大事なんだけど GP がゲームに入れないね。この構成 GP がめっちゃ大事なんだけど。
Third Dragon's going to come through, and they've got the Baron off a big number 9 in the top lane.
And a big thing is that you see instantly Hope repositions. He doesn't want to be in the pit. Kanavi gets knocked out, but 369 is like, I don't care. I'm finishing the Baron. Gets it with the ultimate, and then look at the hostile takeover damage. They all end up clumped here. The final ultimate from 369 does so much, and then Hope and Kanavi fly in. Not only do they get the Baron, but the way the team fight played out was perfect for JDG. Missing doing a fantastic job. And look at the damage Gwen does when you clump up like that. It's absurd.
グエン正直バンされていいんじゃないか。世界的に見てもグエンが今活躍しすぎてるよな。
I mean, this is why we're seeing this Gwen, as you said in the first game, so rightly so.
12.13 からマジでグエンが世界的に暴れてないですか？
And with the 4K gold lead and Soul coming up next.
なあ、先出しして、あ、じゃあグエン後出しで。ちょっとミッドのピックがやりづらいところはあるけどな、グエン出して。
And having control in this game while V5 are running out of a bit of damage.
Yeah, and JDG are not lacking in that area.
Oh no.
The Calibrum connects on a Photic, half HP off the back. He's going to be able to sustain up, but you're starting to see the threat. 3 items for Hope. And now play coming out top.
いや、グエンの影響でカリスタとか減るんじゃない？
Pummeled out, Cannon Barrage down, he has to flash, but Kanavi under turret while 369 absorbs it for the time being. Meanwhile, V5 pick a fight on the other side, and they're losing that as well.
届かないカリスタじゃ。
Even the Evan Shroud Amumu can't kill
もう
one
届かないカリスタじゃ。
Rookies in the middle.
構成的にもうきついね。
A triple turned into a steal from Kanavi, and JDG are coming up clutch here against Victory 5.
V5 really just do not have any gas left in the tank. They try and make the play. They see Rich is going down, but they can't take anyone out. The Callisto's been
序盤の立ち上がりは良かったけど、結局バイがクルーブ勝ってレベル2ガンクをボットレーンに決めて、その後ボットの主導権がずっと取れなくて、アフリオスサイドにずっと主導権があったんだよね。このレーンに何かしらの介入が必要だったんだけど、そこがなんかうまくいかなかったね、V5 は。ずーっとアフェがボットレーンを押して、タワープレート2枚ポッツって取れてたから。
Excuse me, Victory 5. As we look at JDG in this choke again, V5 tried to pick an angle off.
Yeah, try to find Hope, but obviously the cleanse comes in. They just take out the Poppy so quickly, and then here, it looks like they're going to get on top of Hope. The CC's there, but just not able to burst through him. And bear in mind the bailout there as well. I'm Rookie. In this situation, solo with the mandate does very little damage compared to when his teammates are able to proc it. Just very late to the fight. And now, with all that gold in-house, JDG looking.
トップだけど、もう硬すぎるね。倍が。あ、でも GP のアルティメットめっちゃいい感じ。でも GP が殴れない。あ、やっと合流したけど、もう遅い。ああなってる間に GP がダメージ出す必要があるんだよな。カリスタアームで止めてる間に。もうカリスタにダメージを後半求めるのは間違ってるからね。なんか、カリスタがダメージ後半出してねえじゃんとか言われるけど、いや、カリスタ後半ダメージ出せねえからっていう。後半ダメージ出してるカリスタがおかしいだけだから。基本的にダメージ出せないから、このチャンピオン。後半。
It's just disgusting. There's no other way to phrase it. I cannot believe how much damage this needlework. Yeah, seen this twice today. The Gwen is fine to play that lane matchup and then just become